Greetings, brothers and sisters, glowers and growers. This is Jordan back with another video. And I have a hands-free device. I'm looking at the road. Phone's right here. So don't be mad. I have something to share, and I have time on my hands. So what I did for New Year's, sorry if it's shaky, my hands-free technology is not the best here. So, anyways, there's a challenge that I started on New Year's that I want to invite you all to participate in. And what is that challenge, you might ask? Me and Kirsten, and we'll probably make a longer video on this together once the challenge is over with a reflection, with kind of talking through it about little subtle differences we notice and little changes. We're doing a challenge for a whole month. I'm probably going to keep mine like this, but we turned our phone color off, so it's just black and white. I just see black and white when I look at this. So it's a lot more attractive to look out into the world, just to see grass, just to see color. And what it's doing is it's lowering the amount of dopamine that you receive when you look at your phone. And if you don't know what dopamine is, it's the feel-good chemical, it's the pleasure of your mind, and it's a slippery slope. You don't want to live based off of the pleasure that you receive in your mind. Rather, you want to live at a state of you already have what you need. You're already content with what you have. God is enough. God can transform you. So if you're going off your mind, if you're going off the dopamine you receive from certain actions, from certain pleasures, from sins, then that's immediately turning your back on God and following what you want to do to feel good. And you might ask, well, why do we have dopamine then if it's bad? Dopamine is not bad, it's not wrong. Dopamine rewards you and lets you know, hey, I'm doing something right. But the enemy can twist this into hijacking our mind. So when we have a social interaction, when we eat food, we receive dopamine because that's kind of like God's design in our mind to be like, hey, you're on the right track. You need to eat. So I'm going to reward, it's like a reward of your mind. So when we look at our phones and we see colors, we see bright colors, we see crazy videos and whatnot, it's attractive to our mind, and that can become more attractive. You have infinite things on your phone that you can search, infinite apps, not necessarily infinite, there's a finite number to it, but there's so many wide array of things that you can see on your phone, that you can do on your phone, so many different apps, so many different games, that you have almost infinite options when you have your phone in your hand, versus when you look up into the world, where you are, where you're standing, where your feet are planted, where your eyes are, where your mind is, you really only have, you can still do anything, but you have a select few options. You have to take the harder route. You have to build up to get to where your goals are, to get to the point that you receive that reward, rather than just seeing this crazy video and you're like, all right, that was nice, that was cool, I was entertained, rather than sitting there and learning an instrument for a whole year before you can write a song. Like, that's a big jump. It's a lot more work to be in the present moment and to do what you need to do. Sometimes you need to go to school for 8 years to become a doctor. Or you can just sit there and watch your favorite show and have a reward. Do you want to be rewarded based on watching others? Or do you want to be rewarded from your reward in heaven? Do you want to base your rewards off of this pleasure? Because all other ground is sinking sand, as I said in my last video. So what we are doing in this challenge is taking our phone and separating it from reality, because the brain doesn't know any different. Social media, all this thing is new, so to our brains, it does not know the difference. God knows the difference. God gives us this consciousness to say, hey, this isn't reality. But our brain looks at it and it's tricked to think it's reality. For you skaters out there, we shouldn't just randomly see a nollie big heel down a 12 stair and just be like, oh, whatever. And then when you see it in real life, it's just like, whatever. You should, the way that we were created, you should have to, for you to see something done or witness something, you should have to see it in real life. There was none of this, like, seeing a video from across the world. That's why I feel like the humor has kind of changed. If you notice, older folks nowadays, you know, they think a lot of things are funny that some of us younger folk might not think is funny, because we've been so desensitized from seeing so many memes, from seeing so many funny videos. Like, that's not natural. We shouldn't be exposed to all these things we are exposing ourselves to. And it can get dangerous. Like, people can get into the wrong things, viewing explicit things, completely hardwiring your mind to be attracted and just seek after those pleasures, rather than being where you are in the moment and being in reality and appreciating the present moment. And I've noticed so many differences since I've changed my phone to black and white, and today is January 3rd. It's only been 3 days that I've done this. 3 days. And I'm already noticing small little details. You know, it's going to cause you to, you know, clean up a lot more after yourself. I remember we went to 2 places. We went to Big Lots and we went to the gas station yesterday. In both times, I've been a lot more reserved than I like to be. As of recently, you know, I used to just struggle intensely with so. Sorry, y'all, my phone overheated because it's right by the heat, so I learned to turn that off. But anyways, I remember not wanting to show my face, not wanting to talk to people, just being so, like, enclosed in. And I've seen myself gravitate towards that, you know, recently. But yesterday, we went to Big Lots. They're shutting down all their stores. And we also went to the gas station. In both places, the cashier, I talked to both of them. And not even just, like, talk to him, like, how was your day? But, like, had, like, a funny little, like, interaction, you know? Like, exchanged laughs. And it was just good. It felt good. And I feel a lot more alive. Yesterday I had such a good day. I set 2 new appointments for my job, which it's hard to come by, setting new appointments for new customers when you're in sales. Which that's what I'm doing right now, if you all didn't know. Set 2 new customer appointments in 1 day. And it's like, wow, man. And then I landed probably my best skate line that I've done at Anderson Park. And, you know, I got in the Word. I studied some neuroscience. I looked into different seminary schools. I looked into some other schools too. I'm undecided. Just some personal matters I'm not really going to get into right now. This video would be like my life story. That's not what it's about. But I just had an amazing day yesterday. And I feel like a result of it is I'm appreciating the little things more. That's what it does, because the mundane things of life shouldn't be boring. You know, you shouldn't be like, well, I'm bored, so I'm going to go on my phone. Because you got to sit in boredom. You got to appreciate the mundane. You got to appreciate the times where you're sitting there alone and you can just close your eyes and be content. Like, why should you have to pull up your phone and scroll until you find something cool? Like, that, whether you realize it or not, when you're bored, it's like your brain saying, I need dopamine, I need dopamine, I need dopamine. I don't have it right now, I need dopamine. Where can we get dopamine? Okay, open Facebook. Okay, scroll on Facebook. Oh, that's not enough, go on TikTok. Oh, scroll on TikTok. Oh, that's not enough, I'll do this. Oh, that's not enough, turn on a show. Oh, that's not enough, get your video game. Oh, that's not enough. Yeah, you know, like, you don't want to be like that. Think of it that way. That might help you. Ease your mind, man. Ease your mind, man. Dopamine should be a reward that is natural, not something you are chasing, not something that you are seeking after. And when you find yourself in boredom and scrolling on your phone for 2 hours, you could have used those 2 hours to study Spanish so you can share the gospel to people in another language. Or You know, better yet, you could spend that time in the Word itself, or reading, learning about certain things that you are interested in, or whatever it may be. Spending time with your loved ones, putting on an event, you know, going out and serving, you know, anything else. But when you sit there and scroll, like, you're allowing your mind to be overtaken by something else. You're allowing social media, you're allowing your phone to be more attractive than reality. That's not reality. Your phone is not reality. Social media is not reality. So, I mean, for me to follow God, I felt like this was a step that I had to take. Because I felt like I spent too much time on my device. Too much time doing that. I much rather spend an hour reading a book or reading the Word rather than sitting there and scrolling little 5-second shorts. Try this. If you watch shorts all the time, which I'm sure we all do, some of you may be older, or some of you may not do that. But if you're around my age group, I'm 24. Odds are you see a lot of shorts a day, and it's just frustrating, man. If you're on social media, it's hard to escape. Like, you must consciously take yourself out of that situation, because it's a fire that you're not even aware of. Because you couldn't just have the app, you know, to post. You just have the app to post, or to have friends on there, or to have family on there to see your stuff, or just whatever it might be. But when you're on your page, when you're on your home page, you will see these shorts, and they are designed to pull you in to where you want more. It's like, it's a lot more dangerous than we realize, and we gotta see that. You know, it's not like cigarettes. You're not gonna like. It's not like going to be something tangible. You know, it's not going to be a tangible cost that you can see with, like, lung damage and whatnot. But it's in the unseen. It starts to take a hold of you, because it can be easy to say, this is my life, you know, and not see the potential that you have and all that you could be. What is holding you back from all that you could be? You know, how can you be in tune with the great I am? How can you be with going and out of your way to scroll? And it can be unconscious. So you gotta consciously get rid of what you do subconsciously to destroy your potential. And just spend time in silence, spend time in peace. And you'll find yourself, I still find myself scrolling, but like, it's not in color. So I'm less likely to really look at that stuff and be too interested in it. Because switching the colors does a whole lot. It does a whole lot. So, be transformed by renewal of your mind, is what the Word of God says. Do not be conformed to the patterns of this world. So if you recognize a pattern of this world, take yourself out of it. And I get that I create shorts from content, and I get that shorts can be great and can be filled with the Word, filled with wisdom, learning. But if you allow it to become a pattern and an issue, you must take yourself out of that. And, you know, it's dangerous. But I love you guys. This has been my video for today, January 3rd, 2025. I wish you all the best, and I wish you all a happy new year. Don't forget to like, comment down below. Whoa. Don't forget to like, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see y'all next time.